Yo, what's up, guys? Andre here. Alright, so I to start off with, I've I've been on like hiatus for a few days as far as like making videos go, which is kind of why you didn't like see any from me for the last like week or so, just because I was busy playing ladder and whatnot, and I kind of didn't have time to just like stop and like record each and every game I thought interesting. There were like a few different games I wanted to record, and I just like did not have time, did not have the time to do that. However, now that I've reached Grandmaster, I now do have that time again, and I'll be recording as much as possible. I do want to show the deck list for these games, or for this game, and however, I just realized that the recording app I use has an essential like time limit on certain things if I record like gameplay. So I'm just gonna show you the deck, and then if you want to like listen to the reasonings and like rationale for why each card is there, and especially in the quantity that they are there, which I'm pretty sure you probably do, then you can go ahead and you can watch the follow-up video to this, and that video will probably be out later today. All right, yeah, it's basically Dread Sea Poly with Queen of the Dread Sea, Polyphonic Roar, and then just, staple dragon stuff. Maybe on to the games. These games kind of hurt my soul to play. Just because, like, a lot of times you'll hear me kind of brag and say that I'm like ahead of the curve when it comes to Dragon, and I am to an extent, just because I play the mirror better than most people. and that really showed in these games. Another point that I wanted to point out is that these two games are gonna show how to orchestrate several things in advance, and kind of condition your opponent into making plays that seemingly benefit them but actually benefit you more overall. I get a really good starting hand. I have Oracle, and I also have Dragon Summoner to try to fetch me a ramp piece. Next turn I'm going to go Rahab. He plays Unica. The Unica kind of scares me a little bit because he could be neutral dragon. I don't think he is, but he could be. I do see the Poly. The Poly is nice. He throws out Dragoon Scyther here. Now, you would be thinking Dragoon Scyther here is a mistake. It's not a mistake. The reason why it's not a mistake is because if I go Fervor here, I can't protect my Rahab. If I can't protect my Rahab, the Scyther's going to kill it for free. And while yes, you might be thinking that, okay, well that's whatever. It's just Rahab. A really important thing is that when Dragon gets the Fervor going second, and you can't punish them for that, you need to try to make plays that'll go ahead and soften up the blow when they do it. However, I don't have it. Instead, I go Dragon Summoner, which grabs me Ayala. I play Ayala, and I go ahead and I trade into Unica. Now here, you might be wondering, why didn't you just ping off Dragoon Scyther and Evo and go face? The reason why I didn't do that is because by trading this turn, I can kind of condition my opponent to want to play Fervor, because generally people will play Fervor the first chance that they get, indiscriminate of what exactly is going on. And in his case, he seemingly has no reason not to play this Fervor. However, if he plays the Fervor, I play Oro. I get to conserve an Evo. He has to give me an Evo, and I can play Poly right after, and then when Poly comes down, I win the game. He plays the Fervor. I play Oro. I ping his face. The ping doesn't really matter because he's going to be healing with his Dragon's Nest. I do draw Fervor of my own though, which is nice. He plays second Dragoon Scyther. This is also nice because that means one less answer to Oro. And then he plays Unica. The Unica invites in an Oro. However, I'm playing Poly because the Poly gives me space to utilize the rest of my hand. He plays Oro. I don't give a fuck about the Oro. My Poly's in. My Poly can just like ravage his board now. Alright, so here, you might be wondering, why not just slam down Grimnir? Grimnir is an easy play here, right? No, it's not. The reason why is because my deck doesn't have any storm whatsoever. The only storm, it comes in the form of the Polyphonic Dragons. And so right now, I need to try to draw cards, and I need to, because the longer that this Poly stays on the board, the more awkward positions I can force my opponent into, because suddenly I'm allowed to do whatever I want with my mana, but in his case, he's now conditioned into playing things above 5 defense that can go ahead and trade 1-for-1 with a Windblast Dragon. Spoiler alert, there's actually not that much in Dragon that can do that. So I need to try to start digging for my Bahamut. I will go ahead and answer the board though. And I'll go ahead and space it so this way I have a 5-1 on the board, and he feels obligated to want to clear it off with Oro Ping. If he does Oro Ping, the next turn I just go ahead and clear out the Oro, and I draw 5 more cards. Sorry, not 5 more cards, 2 more cards. Sorry. He gives me a Blazing Breath. That's fine. I don't care about that. I heal back up to 16. Again, all of these draws were important just because I needed to dig and I needed to see more real cards. Here, I play the Rahab. You might be thinking, Dan's game, why are you playing this Rahab? You know he wants the Bahamut. This just gives his Bahamut more value. The reason why I played the Rahab is because, as you'll see, sometimes people don't play the cards that you expect them to play, even though it's 100% the correct play, even though it's like 100% the correct play to do. However, in this particular case, I want to incentivize him to want to play Bahamut. He might think that because he's at 20, he's allowed to play stuff like Fervor and whatnot. But I need to make this turn as juicy as humanly possible for him, because yes, he could play Bahamut, but I can answer that Bahamut with my Oro. And if he plays anything else other than Oro again, that I can play out my second Polyphonic Roar. I have several draws to get to my Bahamut as well, just because Grimnir counts as one draw, second Grimnir counts as second draw, and then I also have Oro, which will count as a third. And I'll be across separate turns. So, but anyway, I establish my Rahab. He can't kill me with storm damage. He gives me another Scyther. That's perfectly fine by me. He does play a Fervor. He also draws the last, but he does play a Fervor, and this is fine just because I can go Oro, ping his face, play Blazing Breath on the Unica, and I do this because I need to empty out my hand as much as possible. You might think that, oh, well, you're a control deck, you want as many cards as possible. No, due to the nature of Oro and how he always comes back to your hand, you want to keep your hand as empty as possible, just so that way you get the ability to stall for longer with your Oro before you need to play a real card again that's not Oro. Just so that way you don't like overdraw. I've already seen almost half my deck. So with each increase in card I see, there's a very, very strong chance that I could draw a Bahamut. If I overdraw my Bahamut, I'm going to lose this game. Well, it's not going to lose this game, but there's a very, very strong percentage chance that I lose the game. Alright, I go Oracle to dig one more card. I go Oro, and I go ahead and make the trade into his Bahamut. I do give him initiative for this. However, there's not that much he can do that would like scare me right now. He could play Genesis Dragon. The Genesis Dragon or Zeus would be the biggest things. However, he's most likely want to play Oro, which is fine. I don't care about that. He plays Oracle and again draws last. So I go ahead and I throw down my Bahamut. This Bahamut is important because right now, what I'm conditioning him to want to do is I'm conditioning him to want to play Oro in order to maybe conserve a Bahamut. If he plays Oro, I play Poly. When Poly comes back in, he loses because he has to drop another Bahamut to deal with that. But he'll have dropped 2 Bahamuts to my 0, and he's also used 2 Dragoon Scythers, so he most likely won't have an answer to the third one. If my Bahamut can come down and stick, or sorry, if my second Bahamut can come down and stick before he plays, before I have to use an Evo, then no matter what he does, I'll win the game. So yeah, so basically, I'm in the driver's seat right now. You might not think I am because he has another Evo for me, but I am in the driver's seat right now. And here he fucks up massively and plays Grimnir. I just showed you that I have an Oro in my hand. So right now he was in 2 turn lethal setup, but I guess he like forgot because he immediately concedes because he suddenly realizes that, oh shit, yeah, no, he had Oro. That game just came down to conditioning my opponent and basically making him do what I wanted him to do. Oops, wrong game, shit. My bad. Sorry about that. The next game I'm going to show you is basically like the last game, just me like me just kind of bullying my opponents in the mirror with my experience about the matchup, and just kind of making them do exactly what I want them to do all of the time. This time I'm going second. I'm perfectly fine going first or second in this matchup, just because if I go first, I can kind of play aggressively. Or sorry, if I go first, I can go ahead and I can ramp first before he can. If I go second, I can go ahead and I can use my first Evo to bully them out of the game. You might be wondering why I kept the Polyphonic Roar. Because of the last game, I was just like, okay, well, clearly people still don't know how to play around Polyphonic Roar, so I decided to keep it, just so that way, if it came down to it, then maybe I could play it this game and I could just win. I get Oracle. I also have Dragon Summoner. These are both good. He's also skipped the first 3 turns, and now I'm suddenly the aggressor. I get Rahab. Rahab isn't the best thing to get, but it's not the worst thing either. Here, I misplay. I needed to pre-evo my Rahab. Now you might be wondering why would you pre-evo? Well, I pre-evo because at 7 HP, that's a very, very high threshold for Dragon to deal with, or sorry, for Dragon / any class to deal with. Because at 7 HP, not many things kill you without an evo, and in this case in particular, I really want to not die to him if he plays Sybil and then evos over my Rahab. If he does that, look at my hand. My hand is completely dead. And if that happens, then suddenly he has a 6/4 on the board that I can't deal with, and it's going to smack me in the face for 6, and that's going to let him fervor if he does have the fervor. If both those things happen, well, I'm just out of the game. So again, misplay by not evoing. He does have the Sybil, and here I thankfully get saved by the grace of God, and he chokes. You 100% evo that turn just because a 6/4 6-port in Dragon will require an Evo. If I have Breath of the Salamander for it, okay, that's a Breath of the Salamander. I basically passed the turn, did not ramp, didn't do anything, just to clear one thread. Sure, I'll have 2 Evos over you, but the Evos don't fucking matter in this game. Or sorry, the Evos don't fucking matter in this mirror. Like sure, are they nice to have? Yeah, of course they're nice to have, because free resources are always nice to have. However, right now, your Sybil dies on board like to an Evo, and if I play anything else, then you're still in a really bad spot. Like you could say that, oh, maybe he's just trying to make me play into Breath of Salamander. Breath of Salamander is not a good play there because, oh, Sybil's at 3 HP. Thinking. So yeah. Thankfully, I don't get punished for my misplay, and I get to correct that misplay now. My Hob after this turn will be an 11-3. There is merit to me not using my Evo there. However, I didn't care. Because this way I get a guaranteed Evo from him. I thankfully get Oracle into Sybil, and now suddenly I'm in the driver's seat, and this is how the next turn is going to go down. I'm going to Evo, and the reason why I'm going to Evo here is because if I Evo, I now get to clear off his. Sorry about that. I now get to clear his 4/5 Dragon Warrior. I also set up the juiciest bait in making him want to play Oro, because he's going to be at exactly 8 mana, and Oro is the biggest punish for me if I do this. Well, the biggest quote-unquote punish for me if I do this. However, that's what I want him to do. If he plays the Oro, I play Poly, I can abuse him for 2 turns, he plays Bahamut, hopefully by that time I see my own Bahamut, then I win. So again, just going to go ahead and give him some very, very juicy bait. The other important part of why I went for this play is because I have Israfil in my hand. Israfil is healing. So even though even though this turn is going to be very, very scary for me, he can't kill me from full if I'm at full HP, and he's not at 10 mana. So here, he plays out Oro. This gives me good information. In the Dragon Mirror, in the Dragon Mirror especially, you only want 1 Oro, just because like if they banish one, then yeah, that's annoying. But no one plays banishes right now, so actually, him having double Oro in his hand is actually a hindrance for him, just because that's basically 1 less real card for him to have. He does set me to 9, and that's fine. I have a Bahamut in my hand. And I'm just going to go ahead and go Israfil, Evo, ping one of the Oro, trade into the other Oro, and then trade into the damaged one. This one is nice because I establish a 10-10 on the board. The reason why it'll be a 10-10 is because Israfil's effect will go off before the battle happens. It'll kill the Oro, and then because the Oro is dead, the battle can no longer occur because my attack declared target is no longer in play. And here again, I'm conditioning him to want to play Bahamut. He plays Bahamut. I play my own Bahamut. He goes Oro. He Evos. I play Poly. He loses. But here, he goes Zeus. This tells you something very, very important. He does not have Poly in his hand. Or if he does, he's just the greediest bastard I've ever seen. So here, I'm just gonna play out Oro. There's no reason for me to not play Oro this turn, because Oro is the strongest turn I can make. And then here, he just concedes. Because he played. Alright, the reason why I said that he conceded is because he still hasn't answered this Poly. This Poly's been in play for like 2 or 3 turns now. Because even if he Evos over this Windblast Dragon, that's just a losing play. The reason why it's a losing play is because you've put yourself back into Oro ping range. There's a 5/5 dragon coming out and hitting you in the face. And yeah, like the Oro cost me nothing to play, but that Sybil and that Evo like were real tangible things that he probably did not want to use like that. So here is basically Bahamut or bust. Does not have a Bahamut and concedes. But yeah, the big parts about this game was just that I misplayed very hard by not pre-evoing. Pre-evos are very important. I'll talk about that in a later video. But in this case, it was just that like the entirety of my hand was dead. I needed to pre-evo in order to buy myself an extra turn. I didn't do that, but thankfully I wasn't punished because he kind of choked and just like did not play aggressively with his evos, even though I had clearly shown that, oh well, I don't have good cards to play. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. As I said before, I'll go ahead and upload a deck list video for you guys, and go ahead and talk about the cards. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Let me guys know what you think about Dragon down in the comments below, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.